A Freeman cardiologist has a warning for four-staters as COVID-19 cases continue to rise in the region. Plus, for the first time since the spring, the CDC is now predicting an increase in hospitalizations nationwide from COVID, and the first step in an overdue improvement project in Joplin.
The four states' most watched news starts now.
COVID-19 cases and hospitalizations are on the rise in the four-state area, and it's a major cause of concern for Joplin's Freeman coronavirus team. This is KOAM News at 10. Freeman cardiologist Robert Stauffer is trying to convince the unvaccinated public to get their shots and address the media today, saying vaccines are the only way for the four-state area to truly overcome the pandemic. He also has a warning for those who think that because they previously had the coronavirus, they're now in the clear.
Some people will say, well, I had COVID. That doesn't necessarily protect you against this Delta variant. I want you to understand that very seriously. The vaccines do, but having COVID does not necessarily protect you from getting this Delta variant, which is much more contagious and a much more serious illness.
Joplin's mayor tells us the city government is listening to the local medical community and is not currently discussing bringing back COVID-19 restrictions. He and other members of city leadership believe focusing on getting the community vaccinated is the best way to beat the virus. New COVID-19 cases are rising nationwide as the highly contagious Delta variant spreads rapidly, almost exclusively among the unvaccinated. Michael George has more.
Fueled by the more contagious Delta variant, COVID-19 is gaining ground again around the country. New cases in every state except Arizona and South Dakota are up at least 10%. In 32 states, they're up 50% or more. Tennessee's former top vaccination official says she was fired this week after distributing a memo suggesting some teens could get vaccinated without parental consent.
And it was interpreted that the purpose of the memo was to undermine parental authority.
According to internal emails, the Tennessee Health Department decided to order a stop to all county vaccine drives aimed at children. Pop star Olivia Rodrigo visited the White House Wednesday to urge teens and young adults to get vaccinated.
It's important to have conversations with friends and family members, encouraging all communities to get vaccinated.
Smile.
In Missouri, April Shaver and Valerie Mills see their mother, who contracted COVID in February, only through a hospital window as she struggles for life.
I want to just hold her and cry. That's what I want to do. And tell her how much I love her.
The sisters say their mom has been on a ventilator for months, and many therapies have been tried, including a heart-lung machine that oxygenates one's blood outside the body and pumps it back in. Michael George, CBS News.
Just a quarter of the 12 to 15-year-olds in the U.S. are fully vaccinated. Checking in with Doug Hetty. A bit warmer out there, but still not bad overall.
Yeah, most of us today right around 90 degrees for an afternoon high, which is right about where we should be for this time of the year. But the humidity was kind of high, so our heat indices well into the 90s. Started at 74, record high is 115. Set back in 1953. Nothing is going on here, but we are watching some showers and thunderstorms, parts of Iowa, and then stretching back into northern Kansas, western parts of Kansas. This is the beginnings of our next storm system, which is going to start to affect us as we go into the daytime hours tomorrow. As of right now, we're nice and quiet. It's warm, upper 70s across the region. As we go through the overnight hours, we'll drop back to about 71, 78 by 10, 85 by noon, high temp right around 89, but you can see thunderstorms starting to increase. Heavy amounts of rain in the forecast for us tomorrow night. We're going to talk about that here in just a bit.
See you then. Crews examine holes and cracks and exposed rebar as they inspect a Joplin parking structure that could use some TLC. The structure at 6th and Virginia hasn't had any structural work done since the 80s. That'll change soon as construction work is set to begin, but the first steps happened today. Crews used X-rays to get a good idea of the building's structural integrity. Buffalo Run Casino is showing off a $3 million facelift. The casino, along with the chief of the Peoria tribe, officially marked the end of a renovation today with a ribbon cutting. So what does $3 million buy these days? Well, a lot, apparently, including a New bar with a stage, a golf simulator, and esports lounge. That lounge is open to kids ages 13 to 17, but a parent must help them get signed up. That lounge will be of interest to this group of campers. They're participating in Crowder College's esports camp. Campers practice with Crowder's esports student athletes before competing in a gaming tournament. It's an opportunity for the kids to get involved early with a sport that officials say could end up being as big as other mainstream sports. Still ahead, the IRS is sending out another round of tax refunds, these targeting some unemployed Americans. And a car shortage is driving prices up and has car buyers and dealers scrambling. Starting today, the IRS is sending another round of refunds to Americans who may have overpaid taxes on unemployment benefits. Up to 13 million people may qualify if they file tax returns before mid-March of 2020. The average payment is going to be just over $1,200. Employers are planning for a hiring spree in the second half of the year. According to management consulting firm Robert Half, 51% of companies plan to add new permanent jobs. Another 48% plan to bring back furloughed workers or refill vacated jobs. While millions of Americans lost jobs or worked for lower wages in 2020, CEO pay grew substantially. According to the AFL-CIO's annual executive report, the average S&P 500 company CEO made 299 times the average worker's salary last year. The highest paid CEO was Chad Richardson of KOAM. His salary was more than $200 million. Other companies with high-paying executives include The Gap, Chipotle, Hilton, Coca-Cola, and Nike. The AFL-CIO Secretary-Treasurer says these numbers show an imbalance in our economy and that it continues to be a major problem. Car buyers and dealers are scrambling from coast to coast. A limited supply of sedans and SUVs is driving prices sky high, and cars, they're flying off the lots. Anna Werner has more.
The lot looks full at this Ford dealership in Walnut Creek, California, but General Manager Cameron Savarani says most of these cars are used. Just a handful are new.
Your stock of new cars is not going to fill this lot, is it?
Correct, it's not.
Which is amazing.
It is. It's definitely something we haven't seen before.
Inventories are depleted and demand outpaced supply in the second quarter this year. The primary cause? Shortages of microchips, batteries, and steel. So manufacturers are making fewer cars. Through May this year, Ford's output dropped by 325,000 cars. GM's went down 278,000. And Stellantis, formerly Chrysler, dipped 252,000. Everything's selling fast. And buyers are paying more. Average car prices spiked more than $2,000, up over 7% from a year ago. SUVs cost roughly $3,800 more, up nearly 10%.
Dealers are not making the deals that they used to make.
Industry analyst Todd Turner.
They're becoming basically order takers. Customers are going in, they're waiting for whatever car shows up, and they're rushing in to get it before someone else does.
A lot of them are basically pre-selling, where customers are putting deposits on them before they even get here.
Were you surprised?
Yeah, I was, because we're thinking, we may just take this now. And
yeah, you're thinking, I'll just buy this one, right? And they said, what, no?
He says, no, that's the only one they have on the lot, and there's 50 people that want to buy the car already.
When will the shortage ease? Analysts expect car buying to return to normal at the end of this year, maybe early next year, as more chips are produced and auto manufacturers can replenish their inventories. Anna Werner, CBS News, Walnut Creek, California.
Whether prices will drop, that remains to be seen. The summer wildfire season is intensifying, with nearly a dozen new fires reported yesterday alone. So far this year, we've seen more than 33,000 wildfires across the U.S., the most in a decade. The National Interagency Fire Center says the fires have burned 2 million acres, an area larger than the state of Delaware. Oregon's Bootleg Fire is now the nation's largest, growing to more than 200,000 acres and forcing hundreds of people from their homes. There's new information on a U.S. citizen arrested in Haiti in connection with last week's presidential assassination. A U.S. law enforcement source says Joseph Vincent was a confidential informant for the Drug Enforcement Administration on and off for several years. The source says he was not involved with the DEA at the time of the attack. Vinson claims he was simply in Haiti as a translator. The U.S. Department of Justice alleges Iran directed a plot to kidnap a U.S.-based journalist and American citizen. The DOJ says Iran tried to lure Masih Alinejad back to Iran as retaliation for her freedom of expression. Alinejad, who is from Iran, is an outspoken advocate for women's rights and a critic of the Iranian regime. 4 Iranians have been charged in that plot. Later, we've dodged the extreme heat for a while, but warmer weather will come, and when it does, you want to be equipped with the knowledge of heat stroke symptoms.
And we've dodged the heavy amounts of rain over the past week, but those are also going to return as we head into Thursday. We'll talk about that coming up. Well, it turned out to be a very warm and humid Wednesday for us today. High temps right around 90 degrees during the afternoon, which is very typical for this time of the year, but plenty of sunshine. Another nice day. Indigo Sky Casino and Resort, of course, just outside of Seneca, Missouri, looking pretty good as we go through the evening hours. Temperatures are warm, a little sticky out there. Most of us are sitting upper 70s to near 80 degrees. I think we'll drop back 71, 72 a little bit later on tonight. But clear skies currently in Joplin, 79. Still feels like 81. Pressure is steady. Humidity relative is at 69%. But nothing is going on here across Kansas, Missouri, Arkansas, and also Oklahoma. You have to travel north. Showers, thunderstorms, central and eastern parts of Iowa, and these stretch all the way back into central and western parts of Kansas. These aren't severe, but this is the beginnings of our storm system, which is going to give us some heavy amounts of rain as we go through the next couple days. I think most of us stay dry tonight. Some of those may clip our very far northern counties, but that is just about it. So a quiet night. Drop back into the 70s. Tomorrow we heat up again, very similar to today. Partly sunny skies, upper 80s to near 90. Most of you will stay dry. And then we'll start to see the changes, especially tomorrow evening. All right, let's step through time. Here's tonight. Here's 6 a.m. A few isolated thunderstorms in our northern counties. Everybody else looks good. Let's go through the morning hours. Still, northern counties, everybody else stays dry. So this is about the noon hour. Let's go into the afternoon hours by about 4 or 5 p.m. Still, most of us dry. But look at the thunderstorms increasing in our northwestern counties. Some of these could be strong, maybe even severe. If they were severe, the threat here would be gusty winds, some large hail, and of course some heavy amounts of rain. As we go through the evening hours, they increase. So this is by 7, 8 p.m., still mainly along the north of I-44, and then they kind of sink off toward the south and to the east. So here's about midnight, second batch develops, rolls through, so this is 3 a.m., tomorrow night into Friday morning. We'll start wet on Friday, but we'll start to dry out as we go through the morning hours. And then I actually think Friday afternoon looks pretty good. We're going to have a few hit and miss storms, but it's going to be a pretty good day. So most of this rain occurs tomorrow night and then into Friday morning. But we could get some heavy amounts of rain. A lot of areas on average 1, 2, 3. There could be some isolated 4-inch amounts of rain with this next storm system, and it kind of sticks around. Like I said, I think Friday afternoon looks good, and I think most of Saturday looks good. Then we get another cluster that drops through late Saturday, Saturday night into Sunday morning, some afternoon pop-up storms again. By the time we head into Sunday afternoon, this trend continues on Monday. But if you do have outdoor activities, I think majority of the days look okay. It's the nighttime and the early morning hours that are going to really give us the best chances for thunderstorms. 89 tomorrow, 87 Friday, 88 Saturday, 86 on Sunday. Rain chances decrease early next week, and temperatures pretty consistent, pretty close to normal for mid-July.
I guess. I think I better mow my lawn in the morning.
Yeah, you need to get it in there before all the rain.
Yeah, thanks, Doug. Although the weather, the heat, at least isn't that bad here, we know things will heat up soon. And right now in other parts of the country, some Americans are facing record-breaking temperatures. The Red Cross is urging everyone to learn the signs of heat stroke, a condition that could be deadly. Mandy Gaither has the symptoms to look out for.
As the sun continues to beat down on the U.S., millions have been under a heat alert this week, and in the West, record-breaking heat. The Red Cross says extreme heat is the most dangerous type of severe weather event in the U.S. To stay safe, stay hydrated.
You're going to be sweating a lot, so you need to be replenishing that water supply in your body.
During the heat of the day, take a break from the sun, wear light, loose clothing, and never keep animals or children alone in a hot car.
Temperatures could reach 120 degrees in a vehicle very quickly.
The Red Cross says to be on the lookout for signs of heat stroke, a serious medical condition caused by extreme heat which requires immediate emergency treatment. Symptoms include a high body temperature, 104 degrees or higher, hot, red, dry, or damp skin, a fast, strong pulse, headache, dizziness, nausea, confusion. The person may even pass out. If you suspect heat stroke, call 911 immediately. Move the person to a cooler place. Help lower their temperature with a cool bath or mist, or apply cool cloths to their body. The Red Cross also says not to give the person anything to drink. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Also, be on the lookout for heat exhaustion. Symptoms include heavy sweating, cold, pale, and clammy skin, and muscle cramps. The Red Cross says to get medical help right away if there's vomiting, if symptoms get worse or last longer than an hour, or if confusion develops. Coming up in sports, the Premier Baseball Junior National Championship Tournament gets started in the 4 states. Plus, a unique fundraiser puts the Pittsburgh High School wrestling team in a cornfield. Jacob Leonard has that story next.
Today is the opening day of the Premier Baseball Junior National Championship in the 4 states. It's a big tournament with 35 teams playing in ballparks all over the area this weekend. Now, the local SOMO All-Stars play their first game tonight in Neosho, facing the Southside Prospects out of St. Louis. The SOMO gets right to it. Carson Johnson deep to right. Brett Sarwinski comes in for the first run of the game. It's a triple for Johnson. Then Case Tucker in the gap in left center. Another triple there. Johnson scores. It's 4-0 after the first inning. Somo adds more in the 4th. Sebastian Middick steals 3rd. Error on the play allows him to come home. Then late in the game now, Carl Junction's Alex Baker on 3rd off a triple again. Middick shoots it up the middle to bring Baker home. Hot start for the SOMO All-Stars. They shut out the Prospects 8-0. In the Mink League tonight, the Joplin Outlaws at home against the Jeff City Renegades. And Joplin kind of in a funk right now, going 1-4 in their last 5. Tonight the Outlaws had a 4-2 lead, but Jeff City comes back to take it 8-6. Jared Toller goes 3 for 5 with a pair of RBIs. Well, a unique fundraiser puts the Pittsburgh High School wrestling team in a cornfield tonight. We caught up with the team this evening to get the story behind the team tradition and how a local family helps the team make a little money. The Pittsburgh High School wrestling team went to work on Wednesday night.
We come out here and this is one of our biggest fundraisers for the season.
The team sold sweet corn this summer to raise money. The twist, after selling it, they have to pick the corn themselves.
It's manual labor out here, you know, it's warm out here, the sun is shining, so it's awesome. We're wrestlers, you know, we're cut from a different cloth. We're used to hard work, so it's good for us to get out here and get together in the summer and raise money for the program.
It's good to see the boys and the girls come out and do a little elbow work.
The corn comes from a farm owned by Pittsburgh's Gentry and John White, whose son JJ is on the team.
About 6 years ago, John and I decided that, you know, we would like to give back to our kids' sporting events. You know, anything that they do travel-wise costs a lot of money. And so we thought giving back to the teams would be a helpful way that we could contribute.
They're really good to us. They spend their money to get us corn, and we pick it and sell it for the wrestling team.
100% of the profits go back to the wrestling team. In addition to being a way to raise money, it's a chance to build team chemistry and a lesson in earning what you get.
It is work no matter what you're doing in agriculture. It's work in athletics. I think You know, it encompasses giving back to the community. It's not a cold call. It's actually a good quality product. It's 100% profit, and these kids are, you know, doing a little bit of work to help benefit them later in the year.
It makes it a good team bonding thing for us, so that's another reason I like it. We come out here and pick the corn together, and I think it builds our team bond and chemistry, and we carry that forward through the season.
Now, the latest estimate from tonight was that to this point, the team has sold about 240 dozen ears of sweet corn, with 100% of the profits going back to the program. Now, that's it for sports. We're back with more news after this.
Take time now to honor a local veteran. Tyler Riggs served in the U.S. Marine Corps. His hometown, Parsons, Kansas, and we are proud to salute Tyler Riggs. He's tonight's four-state hero. There are many, many other heroes out there, and we'd love to recognize them all. If you know of a veteran or currently serving service member, why not drop us a line? It's very simple. You can also look up previous heroes anytime. Just click on the link on our website. That's KOAMnewsnow.com. Hey, are tacos your favorite food? Do you always celebrate Taco Tuesday? If you are a fanatic, the perfect opportunity is finally here. The spice company, McCormick, has created what some may call a dream job. The first ever director of taco relations pays $100,000 for 4 months. The director will be the official eyes and ears for all things taco, company social media, even developing recipes. If you think you're a fit, submit a creative video, no longer than 2 minutes, showing why you would be perfect for this job. The deadline is July 20th. That is next week. In fact, is that Tuesday? I think it is. Maybe a Taco Tuesday.
Yep.
Maybe not coincidentally. That would be the case. Yep. Who doesn't love tacos, right?
I love them.
Of course. Chances of rain tomorrow.
Mainly during the evening and the overnight hours. I think most of us dry during the day, but heavy rain tomorrow night.
Final sports note.
Game 5 of the NBA Finals, 103-99. The Bucks lead with 20 seconds to go. So looks like it's going to be a 2-2 series.
Yep.
Don't forget our morning show, and let's make it a great tomorrow.